are something that we normally look for. And they are exaltation. Exaltation is a technical term in astrology, okay? A planet is exalted in a sign that that planet is strongest in that sign. The spiritual or the astrologer is born, he is not made. But you can lay the foundation now so that in your next life you'll be born an astrologer. Mars and Moon rule the sex life of every human being. You understand? And that is what we normally refer to as the sense life. You want to gratify your senses. You understand? All of us. And so if we have not yet overcome the sense life, then Mars and Moon will hold us. That do something to liberate yourself. Okay? So they are telling you, work on yourself to free the 5 spiritual senses that you have imprisoned them. Your higher self has been imprisoned or is imprisoned. Do something in order to free your higher self, to free your higher spiritual senses. Okay? So that's the message. You find out what is imprisoning you or what has imprisoned you. It is misuse of the sex force in previous life that has imprisoned this person. Good morning, friends. Yes. Today I wanted to look at something in astrology. And so I have a horoscope for you at least to focus your mind on something. If I don't put any figure on the board, it will be too abstract. I'll be talking and you don't know what to focus your mind on. That's why I decided to have a figure like this so that you can focus your mind on that. The topic is, what is it that is imprisoning us? Okay? You see, we are all prisoners. But sometimes if we don't talk and use the collective pronoun, you may think the speaker is outside the bracket, is excluding himself. But we are all prisoners. You and I. Okay? Something is imprisoning us. And that is what I want us to identify or to know. And to do what we can do. So I want to identify what is imprisoning us. Not what is imprisoning you, but what us collectively. Because I'm one. Okay? Good. Something is imprisoning us. But maybe sometimes the difference is that maybe you may not be aware of what is imprisoning you. Okay? But we are all imprisoned. Something is imprisoning us. So I want to bring this so that we become alert and look at the things individually in our various horoscope and see what we can do in order to free ourselves from the self-imprison that we are in. We have really given the enemy the chance to imprison us. Our previous life gave the enemy the chance to imprison us. Okay? But we can undo what we did or what we have done in previous life. We can undo it. God has given us that ability, that possibility, that what you have done, if you come to realize that you did wrong and you are in prison, you can undo it and then free yourself from that prison. Okay? So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So that is what I wanted to look at this morning. It is 2 segments. That's what I'm saying. I'll finish all within the time. It wouldn't be any problem. The first segment is participatory. Participatory. You will come in. And that is, some time back, I don't know whether within this year or last year, I gave some lecture in astrology saying that, we should know what is our cross, what constitutes our cross, and the code, okay, that we are to write to Jerusalem. We sometimes talk of the cross without talking of the code. If Christ had not got a code to write to Jerusalem, he would have carried the cross to Golgotha. Okay? I gave lecture on this before. So I want to come back to this, more or less recapitulation, to know whether you really understood that lecture or you still remember. Astrology needs you to constantly keep on revising, The thing is like a medical doctor and perhaps a judge or a lawyer. You have to be revising some things, you understand? So that is it. So the participatory is that I want you to come in. I said our cross, there are certain signs and houses that we find our cross inside, and our code is also in those signs. Okay? Who can tell me, I said, what signs and what houses? This is why I want you to come in. Maybe Jesse, you have forgotten, but not everybody. So let's see whether some people remember. We said, who can come in and tell me something? You see, astrology is something you need to practice every time. Okay? So you shouldn't have forgotten everything. That means, okay, let me refresh your memory. When I refresh your memory, I believe you will come to yourself and then maybe continue the rest. I said fixed signs and water houses. Did I say that? Huh?
Fixed signs and water houses.
Yes. That our cross is in the fixed signs. That is our depth of destiny. Our depth of destiny that we have come this life to liquidate, to dissolve, is in the fixed signs and the water houses. Okay? And that if the water house, if the fixed sign or the water house does not have a planet, no, it does not have anything to do with our depth of destiny. But if a fixed sign and a water house have a planet, not even plenty one, then it has got a bearing on our depth of destiny and on our cross now. Okay? Did I say this one during that lecture? Good. You might have forgotten, but I did. All right? Good. So now that I have refreshed your memory, the next part that I want you to come in is, if you look at, God, my God. Do you know why I say my God?
The signs are.
I have not, I've omitted the signs. George, come in once more. That's what normally astrology, let's say if I'm to lecture astrology in Kofodia, I normally want during the break. One day break, either they are going for breakfast, then I put the horoscope before they return, we have finished everything during the break. So yesterday I called George, I want him to be here early. So here is Germany. Double lines. Good. Here is Cancer, 69. Or double 6. Good. Yes. Here is Leo. Thank you. Here is Virgo. Virgo is Mr. Mr. Good. Here is Libra.
Balance.
Yeah, balance. Good. Your sign. And here is Scorpio. Scorpio arrow. M and arrow. M.
Is it down?
Arrow. Go arrow. Shoot. Yeah, shooting. Yes. Shooting up. Thank you. And here is Sagittarius. No, Sagittarius is the arrow. Good. Thank you. And here is Scorpio. Scorpio V and S. V and S. Scorpio. Come again. Where is Libra? Where? Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Capricorn is VS. VS. Yes. Then here is the water sign. The water. The water waves. And here is Pisces. Double fish. Good. Yeah, that's it. And here is Eris. Good. That tarot finally. Tarot zero. Wait. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Case closed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If possible, when I'm going to lecture astrology anytime, I would rather like the previous night. We'll come and put the previous evening. We'll come and put it down before the following morning. Okay, I think that will be better. Okay. Good. So now I want you to come in. Look at this horoscope. If you follow what I told you before, which is the water house and the fixed sign that you think the death of destiny of this person are found. Yes. Okay. In the first place, can you identify the water houses here? Or can you identify the fixed signs here? Can you name the fixed sign? Name them. Huh? Leo. Yes. Leo. I mean, you should be able to name them offhand. I mean, by oh no, it's not. I mean, it's basic. This basic. This basic. In alphabet A B C D. Okay, the fixed signs are Leo. Let me start from the Taurus. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Taurus is the earth. Leo is the fire. Scorpio is the water. And Aquarius is the air. 4 fixed signs. The water houses are house 12, house 4, and house 8. When you look at house 4, that is down here. This is house 4, and this is house 10. House 10 and house 4 are the opposite. This is 10 and 4, okay? 10 minus 6 is 4, or 4 plus 6 is 10. Here there's no planet. It is the dragon tail is not a planet. It is a PowerPoint or a byte. It's not a planet. When you see Taurus, this is Taurus. The sun is in Gemini. It is not in Taurus. Okay? So Taurus has no planet. Are you clear? Yeah. Then when you come to Scorpio, Scorpio is here. There's no planet in Scorpio. Is that clear? So the only fixed sign which has planets is Leo. And Leo is on house 12. You understand? Water sign. I mean, water house. Is that clear here? Is that clear? Good. So the death of destiny of this person, which is the cross he has come to carry, is found in Leo and house 12. Do you get that? So please put it in your mind so that it is not only one we feel you ask questions if you have, but keep in your mind for the rest of your life. Okay? Not only for this lecture, for the rest of your life. So house 12, house 4, and house 8. They are water houses. And they carry our death, they show our death of destiny. And in this case, house 4 and house 8 are not have no planets. You understand? So it is only house 12 that have planet. And therefore, the death of destiny of this particular person are found in house 12 and in the sign Leo. Am I clear here? Thank you. So I wanted it to be participatory, but you have failed me. Yes, you have failed me. The whole class. All right. So now we go to the next part. This is the first part of the lecture that I wanted it to be participatory. Now that you have failed, I go to the next one, and that is the second and the last. So definitely I'll finish, and there will be good time for you to ask questions and make contributions. Good. So the next part is now the real question on the board. What is it that is imprisoning us? You understand? So if we had answer to the first point, the first segment, then this one wouldn't have been anything at all. Then what you gave there is what you are bringing here. You understand? What is it that is imprisoning us? So planets in house 12 and Leo, which show our destiny, have kept us in prison. Okay? The planets, 2 planets are in the house 12. Who can tell you the 2 planets?
One is moon.
Uh-huh.
The moon.
Moon and
The other one is Mars.
correct. Moon and Mars, or Mars and Moon. You understand? And the strongest aspect of these 2 planets, okay? So when a planet is imprisoning you, you look at what is the strongest aspect of that planet. You understand? That is the one, because the strongest planet capture the horoscope. I mean, the stronger aspects. Okay? You have a planet that is imprisoning you. You look at what is the strongest aspect of that planet. That planet may have many aspects. You understand? But you look at the strongest aspect. And to get the strongest aspect, what can you do? What do you look for to get the stronger aspects?
The square.
Come again?
The square.
The what?
Square.
Square. No, a square may be weak. A square is negative aspect, but not necessarily strongest. You understand? A square or opposition, they are negative aspect, but not necessarily the strongest. A square may be weakest. A opposition may be weakest. You understand? Meaning that that planet is negatively weak if the squares and opposition are weakest aspect. You understand? Now, there are some things, they will be too technical for you at this stage, because there are some things that we normally look for. And they are exaltation. Exaltation is a technical term in astrology, okay? A planet is exalted in a sign that that planet is strongest in that sign. That part essentially dignified. Essentially dignified. Can I continue?
Please continue.
Good. Essential dignity. That is, if Leo, Sun rules Leo. I believe you all know that. The Sun rules Leo. Do you accept that? Huh? If in a horoscope you find the Sun in the sign Leo, the Sun is essentially dignified. It's about power more than ordinary. Okay? Then the next one is elevation. Elevation. Any planet that is found in house 11, house 10, and house 9, the top 3, 10 in the middle, 9 this way, and 11 this way, the top 3, any planet that is found there, it is elevated. Okay? For example, let me take our current president, or any president at all. His Excellency John Mahama, when he was not a president, he didn't have power more than any other person. He didn't have power more than you and me, because he was an ordinary person. But the moment society elevates him to the position of presidency, he has power over everybody within the country. You understand that? That's how it is. So if the planet is elevated to the top 3 houses, either house 9 or house 10 or house 11, 1, 2, 3. You know, let's say when they go to Olympics and they run or they do any event, the person who becomes first normally starts in the middle, and the second and third are on the flanks. You get that? So the same thing in government and in astrology. Okay? The 10th house is executives. Okay? Then the 9th house is judiciary, where my friend was. Then the 11th house is legislature. Okay? So executive in the middle, legislature on the right, judiciary on the left. And that's why after the president, it is the chief, the speaker of parliament. After president and his vice, it is the speaker of parliament. That's where our president man used to go that I'm number 3. What is your number? You understand? So that's how it is. So when the planet is elevated, it is stronger than any other planet. The last one is called critical degree. So now let me come to practically for you to see things. So you see, Uranus is elevated and at the same time critical degree. There will be time for me to explain to you what is there that show that a planet is in critical degree. Maybe in question time, fine. But during the lecture, I want to finish within this time, okay? So Uranus is in critical degree. It is an elevator. It is strongest. Uranus and Mercury are stronger than all the other planets, apart from Sun and then Venus and Saturn, okay? Because they are all elevated. But the one who is the most elevated is Uranus. It is closer to the mid-heaven, okay? And Mars is in a critical degree. Okay, so Mars is strong, Uranus is strong, and they are in aspect. But it's a positive aspect anyway. It is sextile, not square, not opposition. This person doesn't have square, he doesn't have opposition within the strongest planets or the strongest aspects. You get it? Good. So it is the strongest aspect of the planets which are in this house 12, where your destiny is. They have kept you in prison, that you have to do something to liberate yourself. Okay? So you identify what is it that is actually imprisoning you. And I say what? It is the strongest aspects of the planets in the house 12 or in the house that is indicating your depth of destiny. Suppose it is in house 4, that planet is there, and your depth of destiny is indicated in house 4. You look at what planet is there, and what is the strongest aspect of that planet, to what planet that they are aspected strongest, closest. Okay? Do you understand this? Good. Now, you go to the next point that you connect that is, you look at the position of Saturn, the planet Saturn. Because Saturn brings over from our previous life what we were not able to conquer, what we were not able to overcome. In this life, we will overcome something, but we'll carry over something across. You understand? And that's something that we are not able to overcome in this life. In purgatory will be purged. And the next life, we don't have the death of destiny with that anymore, but we have tendency to that characteristic that we are not able to overcome by our own will. But it is only in purgatory that nature has helped us to overcome. So when we come back the next life, Satan comes back to say, this is what you were not able to overcome in your previous life. So can you do something now? You understand? And that's where among the the probationers, if you go, you have astrology lesson for January, February 2021. January, February 2021. Take note, put down, and go and refer and read it for yourself. January, they told us that in that lesson, they told us that look at the sign, house, and aspect of Saturn in your chart, in your natal horoscope, and see what he is asking you, and how can you answer it. See what is told us in that lecture. Do you understand? Look at the sign, house, and aspect of the planet Saturn in your chart and see what he is asking you and how can you answer it. Okay? And in the same place, they told her that fulfilling the request from Saturn will strengthen our body, build our character, and help fulfill our destiny. What Saturn is asking us, if you know it in your horoscope and you are able to fulfill it, you will strengthen your body. Okay? You will develop your character and you fulfill your destiny. Because Maxine told her that character is what? Destiny. In the same horoscope. So you see, so you go to Saturn, now in house 12, Mars and Moon are imprisoning this person. And Saturn is telling the person, come and look at my aspect, my position, the sign and how that I am in, and the aspect that I have. If you are able to answer those questions that I put before you, then you'll be free. Okay? So that is it. So the strongest aspect of the planet in the house of death, of destiny, is what is imprisoning us. Okay? Sermon, I'm over. I see that there is a lot of time. The strongest aspects of the planets in the house of death of destiny. In this case, what is the house of death of destiny? Come again? Yes. Yes. Out 12. Okay. And now, what are the planets there?
We have the moon there, we have the Mars.
Yes. You see, I want to tell you honestly. You see, the spiritual or the astrologer is born, he is not made. But you can lay the foundation now so that in your next life you'll be born an astrologer. You understand? Yes. I'm certain that you are not astrologers in this life. But you can make the effort and build something and lay some foundation. So that in your next life, what you are not able to achieve this in this life, what you are not able to build the faculties, improve your life, and execute them in this life, in the next life, you will have them. So the true astrologer is born, he is not made. You understand? Yes, but you can lay the foundation in order to be born astrologer in the next life. And Maxine said that astrology is the backbone of the Rosicrucian teaching. Therefore, any student, any professional, any truth seeker worth his salt must study this all-encompassing spiritual science to unlock the mystery of life hidden in the sacred geometry revealed to those people who have eyes to see and ear to hear the call from the Father in heaven, who is the creator of all things, who writes his parables with the stars in the sky. So please, make effort to study astrology. I earnestly appeal to you, make effort to study astrology. Because that is the key to the fellowship teaching. So I am done. Thank you very much. There's more time for you to ask questions. Good.
Our lessons coming now
Yes.
from Ocean side.
Yes.
One will notice that I don't know whether about about the regular
It's about
students.
the 3 times now.
It's about 3 times.
Yes.
And the third lesson has come.
Second and the third supplement.
Probationers lesson.
The first aspect of astrology. Okay, they have given us lesson 1, lesson 2.
Yes, lesson 2.
The lesson
third
that has
lesson.
just come. Lesson 3 is on it. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Your question.
Yeah, I was not going to ask a question. I was going to say exactly what you are saying.
Okay. So please make effort.
It's like they are urging us to learn their astrology.
Yes.
So let's
They
make
are
the effort.
urging us to learn astrology because they know that that's the key. There's nothing you can do without astrology. Definitely and honestly, sincerely. That is it. Question, contributions.
We have not told us what they indicate. What they indicate to make them the key of that person's destiny.
Okay.
Have you understood my question?
No, I don't.
What does Mars stand for in this chart? And what does Moon stand for in this chart?
Okay, thank you.
You know, they are the keys of his destiny. But what are they?
Thank you. Good. The 2 of them rule the sense life. Mars and Moon rule the sense life. Sense. Okay? The sense life. The 5 physical senses of this life. We have 5 physical senses and we have corresponding 5 spiritual senses. So if we have not developed the 5 spiritual senses, the 5 physical senses are controlling us. Mars and Moon rule the sex life of every human being. You understand? And that is what we normally refer to as the sense life. You want to gratify your senses. You understand? All of us. And so if we have not yet overcome the sense life, then Mars and Moon will hold us. that do something to liberate yourself. Okay? Yes. This is what is holding you. This is what is holding me. Do something to liberate yourself. And Satan, as I told you, Satan gives the reason. Satan is in the sign Cancer. Okay? Cancer is the gateway to the etheric world. All right? To enter the etheric world consciously is through Cancer. And every soul that is also coming to life embodiment is coming through Cancer. So Cancer is the gateway for spirit from the spiritual world to come to physical life, and for spirit from the physical life to enter the spiritual world consciously. Okay? So Satan is telling you that I will not allow you to enter into the etheric world because you abuse the force that built the spiritual life in your previous life. Okay? So until you respect the use of that force, you will not enter. That's what Satan is telling the person. Yes, sir. So Cancer is the gateway for spirit from the spiritual world to come to physical life, and for spirit from the physical life to enter the spiritual world consciously. Okay? So Satan is telling you that I will not allow you to enter into the etheric world because you abuse the force that built the spiritual life in your previous life. Okay? So until you respect the use of that force, you will not enter. That's what Satan is telling the person. Yes, sir.
So what does it mean to this person? What should he be doing to be able to liberate himself from the claws of Satan?
Thank you. Thank you. It's a very good question. But Simon Boko and then Stanley, they have imprisoned me more or less. I only want to roam. They say I should start at one place, so they have put me in prison more or less. Good. What the person is to do in order to free himself, because it is the misuse of the sex force in previous life that has imprisoned him. He was indulging more in the sense life. You understand? Life that will gratify the five senses. So they are telling you, work on yourself to free the five spiritual senses that you have imprisoned there. Your higher self has been imprisoned or is imprisoned. Do something in order to free your higher self, to free your higher spiritual senses. Okay? So that's the message. You find out what is imprisoning you or what has imprisoned you. It is misuse of the sex force in previous life that has imprisoned this person. Okay? So if you were using the sex force indiscriminately, then you have now to use it discriminately. You have to be discreet. Okay? Yes. So that's the message to the person. Thank you. Sam,
I have 7 questions.
go ahead.
This person misuse the sex force. Now, when you say sex force, most of us look at the center of our being, where our sex organs are, and the misuse of the energy there is what brings us to that level. I want to know whether that is the only way the sex force can be misused.
Thank you. Thank you. The sex force is misused in 3 areas. Okay? It is misused by you using it downwards, going between the thighs of any girl that you see, and urinating on them indiscriminately. That's number 1. 2, the sex force is misused through the voice. Okay? Destructive words, negative criticisms. Okay? Anything that you use the voice to speak on, which is not constructive, which is not edifying, is not building, is not helping, but it rather destroying. You can criticize positively and suggest, let's say, positive way that you think, alternative ways that you think can be applied instead of what the person is trying to do. But if you criticize for the sake of criticism without suggesting positive ways instead of what you think is wrong, then you are misusing the sex force through your voice. Okay? And third is your thoughts, negative and destructive thoughts, negative imagination. Okay? So, downward use of the sex force through the voice and through your thoughts. These are the three areas that the sex force.
I did the same as the besetting sins of man.
Come again?
I don't know whether I'm using the correct vocabulary. The besetting,
Unforgivable sin or what?
the besetting sins of man.
Yes. Someone you say have 7 questions.
Yes, I do have some questions.
And I want some clarification in terms of what do you mean when you say we are imprisoned?
Thank you. Thank you.
There's a follow-up question to ask.
Okay, when I give that answer, then you can bring the follow-up. When I say we are in prison, we have a higher self and a lower self. Every human being is made up of higher and lower selves. The higher self is for the spirit, the lower self is for the body. Okay? When the body has captured the spirit, that is the higher self, that you cannot do what you are supposed to do. It's like the people who are in the cells, police cells, can they serve the general public? The answer is no. You are in prison. If you want to serve the general public, try to come out and you can serve. So we are in prison. We cannot really do any meaningful service because we are prisoners. Okay? So we cannot do what we intend to do. What the Spirit wants to do, we cannot do it. A lot of us, maybe not all of us, but a lot of us cannot perform the concentration, the meditation, and the whatnot. Why? Because we are prisoners. Our higher self have been captured by the lower self. And once it should have been the opposite. When the higher self captured the lower self, then we are free. We are free. We have our freedom. But when the lower self has captured the higher self, we are not free. And we cannot come out from our body consciously. So we are a prisoner in our own body. Thank you.
Okay.
So, wait a minute, you say I follow up.
Yeah, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah, my question is
Yeah.
My question is, if you look at this chart, you say the man's weakest point is the moon.
Come again.
The moon and the Mars. Well, that is his weakest point. That is why where he's in prison and he has to overcome. But the man from the chart, you see a certain square square Jupiter, and then Venus also square Neptune. It's not that the place. So what are this negative aspect? Is it not also expressing weakness in the man that they have to overcome?
100%. It's expressing weakness. You know, Saturn and Venus, they are in what sign?
So one is in Cancer.
No, the two of them are in the same sign.
Venus.
Venus and Saturn, they are in what sign?
Oh, I see Venus in Cancer. And then
Saturn.
Oh, they are in the same sign.
Thank you. So they are giving you clue. Cancer is ruled by what planet? Thank you. He said Cancer is ruled by what planet? The moon. And where is the moon?
And the moon is in our
The moon has been captured. You understand? So that is it. So it is because the one who ruled Cancer is in house 12, the house of death of destiny. Okay? So Cancer itself is in deficit. You understand? So thank you. Yes.
Brother Ifa,
Yes, sir. Oh, John Bosco has his hand up. John.
But Alpha,
Yes.
you made mention of the fact that the misuse, or let's say, no, the negative use of your voice is related. No, you are saying when the negative use of your voice contributes to the abuse of the sex force. I want to find out how is that related? How can you relate the negative use of your voice to the abuse of or using yes? How does it relate to the misuse of the sex force?
Thank you, John. It's a very intelligent question. Yes. Because I didn't relate anything to it, and you are able to see that. The answer is that the sex force that built the body, a child, it is the same thing that builds our soul body also. And it is the same thing that builds our mind. And it is the same force that builds our voice. Okay? Yeah, that same force builds our voice, the larynx, and build the mind. So it is, there were two poles, and one pole is turned upward to build the larynx and the brain so that we can express our ideas vocally. Okay? And we can think out our ideas and imagine them. So it is the same force, and that's why when you are built the same force, your voice changes. And when you are developing, when you are a child, a boy, and you start, let's say, developing, let's say from 14 or 13 years coming, your voice changes. Do you know that? Voice. When they start developing, their voice changes, become deeper. You understand? Yeah, you see, that same force. So it is the force that we use to create human bodies, the force that we use to create the soul body, it is the same force that we use to express our voice, our ideas. So when you misuse it, it affects your whole body. Thank you. Thank you.
It's something I heard from your teaching that make me understand something I witnessed about the Jew.
About
The Jew. I understand now in the teaching that the voice aspect and our thoughts are something divine, and you must treat it divinely
Hallelujah.
to get your way out. Because I understand when a boy, let me say, if they give birth to a boy, they associate this boy. That is, if the rabbi tells the parents that this boy he has a gift, they associate this boy and take me to a school. He learns the pastoral work and also learn humanity. This boy will not speak anyhow. He doesn't know difference between woman apart from the mother. And then for some years, I think for 18 years, the 19th year, this boy will have his birthday, and a car will be presented to him. He will have his parish where he will do the work, and then he will not know woman. He will not know difference between these worldly things like to own this or to own that. Until this boy is 19. So they learn some type of attitudes, and they are talking. They don't talk anyhow. They don't do things anyhow.
Thank you.
They don't know anything.
Thank you.
Actually, they are missing from the world. So I got to understand that if God want to use such a person to talk about mystery or to talk about what's ahead or whatever is pertaining concerning you, the person speaks the real man of God and from the spiritual, and understand why their life is like that.
Thank you. Now, someone?
Brother Alpha,
Yes, sir.
our lower desires, do they imprison us?
Yes. The answer is yes.
If our lower desires imprison us, are the lower desires limited to only house 12?
Good. I said that, our lower desires, which imprison us, they are distributed over 3 houses and 4 signs. Okay? The fixed signs are the strongest. You understand? And so if you have negative desire, that is in the fixed sign, particularly opposition or square in 2 fixed signs, you are not likely to overcome it daylight. It will take you to death. Thank you.
Why then are we saying that is imprisoning us? Because the stronger aspect of the planet.
Yes.
And you didn't
The strongest aspect of the planet, not the sign.
Yes.
The strongest aspect of the planets in house 12. Good. Good. House 12, if you have mercy of the stars, if you go, you can take it and open and go to the houses. Okay? House 12 is a house of imprisonment, a house of limitation. Okay? A house of death of destiny. Okay? So as 12 is for that. Thank you.